Hello, it's 5:17 p.m. on March 26th, 2018. So, I think I'm going to start exercising because I was getting distracted on my website. It's kind of the same thing as when you ride the bike, when I was riding the bike like last summer and before. There was another time I rode for 3 days on my rollers a couple years ago. And all I'm thinking about is the website because I'm distracted. But this morning I was working on the website and then I started thinking because I was doing RAM, Race Across America. I'm doing bike racer people. And I'm thinking maybe I should do it. I feel good, even though I feel good, physically, I could continue working on my website. There's no catastrophic thing going on, before I was having this pain coming down my arm all the way to my finger, and that's not happening. And no back pain, no asthma and stuff like that. But I just generally don't feel good, toxic when you're not exercising, kind of like the feeling when you're hungry or dehydrated, Plus, I'm hungry a lot because I'm not eating right because I wait too long to eat. So, and then I don't, my diet's pretty good, but varied, but not always. But, so, and the other thing about my website is that I'm kind of getting within its gravitational field. I'm feeling. Meaning it's coalescing. Meaning the way that I work, on my website and stuff, or I guess in life, how people are is you do it on a reward, And so before I'd have to work a whole lot on my website, weeks before I'd feel the reward, the sense of accomplishment. But I know that now I can get a sense of accomplishment from my website off of not many hours of work because my website is at that level of development. I don't have to do that many hours to get a lot of the pages looking a lot better. I haven't even added words, to most of my pages. So I could just go in and do a words on a page a day, and that in itself would take my website up quantum leap, which would give me the sense of accomplishment. So, that's what I mean when I say I'm within the gravitational field of my website. You don't have to do the afterburners in deep space anymore. I'm there. So the tactics, let me tell you about what my plan is. Obviously, eventually, my idea for the world is that everybody gets paid by the rich guy, Bezos. I'm going to choose Bezos. And then the government to ride their bicycles and then use that and then, running endurance sports and then listen to exercising, something that you could measure to try to put yourself in the system, and at the same time listen to audiobooks, and then so that at the end of the day you teach the whole world everything that you learned every day, so everybody's teaching everybody. But I'm not going to do that in the beginning because one of the things that kind of got me wanting to ride the bike was I'm sitting here working on the website, kind of burning out, and then I'm listening to dubstep, and I'm like, would that be fun to ride your bike to this, So I want to ride my bike to groovy tunes, all high as fuck, obviously, high as I can get. And one of these days when I have the cash, I'd really love to do the experiment when you're high as fuck off of the edibles, because it's not fucking with your lungs and you can actually exercise. Because, I can exercise high, but not even when, with my Advair and inhalers and stuff, I can't exercise high, but I can't get my heart rate over 130 or 40. So I can't there's going to come a point when my capillaries dilate and I get fit and I gain leg speed, where I'm going to have to quit smoking weed, dude. Unless I'm going to be doing the edibles, but that's expensive. Yeah, so I feel like my position. I feel like my place in the world, like where people look at me, is like at this point, especially because I'm getting older, is that I really should throw my towel in, or I should really do the endurance sports now, rather than just sit around on my computer now. So I think I could get on Patreon, get more money doing that than if I was just to stay on my computer, because I need to, mix it up, plug in all of the different aspects of my life. And I think everything's ready by now. So the plan. Let me give you my strategy. So if I don't have any money, if I'm like flat broke and I can't afford power bars on the rides, I'm going to put canned vegetables with powdered protein powder on top of it inside of plastic bags, and then splooge it out like astronauts do from like the toothpaste canisters. And because those cans are only 69 cents each. But that'd be, man, one of these days, do it with power bars. That'd be amazing. And then like fruit juices and stuff, like the fancy food. Anyway, but it's not necessary. That'd be cool to demonstrate in the beginning. Cheap. It's a great sense of empowerment when you can live kind of similar to when you make a lot of money with something. Also, when you can live a productive life spending no money. So, okay, and then as far as, just listen to music, smoke weed, and then, and then the other rule of thumb is to not worry about what time of day it is. That really used to fuck with me in the past when I tried to ride and stuff, because I'm never a morning person. I'm usually a lot of time a straight up nocturnal person, meaning like last night, I just go to sleep when the sun comes up. And so, once it gets warm, I'd be cool to do night rides outside, but until then, I should just ride inside and at night. I'll listen in. Plus, the music's better because you can have the headphones, and you can smoke more weed and all that, watch stuff, so have more control over what you're listening to, so it'd be a good way to start. So I got up late today because I'm nocturnalized. It's 5:25. I think I'll just start riding now, listening to my dubstep. See, the thing is, the way that I can motivate myself to ride my bike, I need to do a flip switch. And this is why I'm riding my bike, because I feel like the flip switch actually happened naturally. Because I was sitting there working on the website, and I'm not thinking about the website. I'm thinking about riding my bike and exercising and stuff. And so the flip switch is you have to have, there are these two, for me it's like you're working on the website and then riding, all right, exercising. They conflict with each other. You can exercise, ride the bike, and work at the same time. Like I walked 30 miles once when I was in Seattle while I was downloading all these audiobooks from 2 computers. And I even worked on my website while walking on treadmills. I have it set up on my table that I can work while I'm riding my bike, but I can't work as fast. So it's this different mindset that I have to get in. I have to get in the mindset where it's like binary. One of them has to be, like when you're breathing, one of your nostrils is always the dominant. Something has to be dominant. And if my website's dominant, I'm not going to ride at all. But if the writing's dominant, the website will naturally fill in the blanks because that's something that I naturally gravitate towards. I can only gravitate towards the writing if it's something that I would do all the time, I think. What the hell was I talking about? The dominance. So, So it has to do with the mentality. Now if I have that mentality, then I can work on my website and ride my bike at the same time, easily. In fact, that's what I naturally do. I was riding my bike before, and that's actually not what I found myself doing every single time. But I would like to start it out where when I say focus on exercising, I mean like to get strong. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to exercise to like. Okay, let's talk about goals. Like how good I think I'm gonna get. Okay, I want to be I want to do triathlon because I don't think I'll be able to do riding because of my knee, and I'm not going to be able to do running because of my calf. My calf burns out on me. So I want to throw in the third sport, swimming. Plus I have a pool. I have my own personal pool that's all mine. Nobody uses it. It's like 90 degrees. So, oh yeah, plus there's the freaking reservoir up there. They have that 1,000 meter, a whole kilometer course. It's amazing. So, yeah, I want to take advantage of all of that. And so if I'm training all the time, I definitely, yeah, I want to be the best. And if I'm not, I'm going to be chasing that with my lists. Because I don't see myself having any motivation otherwise. And it's the journey. It's also this journey of like, it's the same thing as with my website when you're having this thing that you're chasing. And you're not even chasing a result. That's not what I would be chasing. I would be chasing this cycle where you're always tired and then sleeping, tired and then sleeping. So anyways, so the question is, this is one thing I'm going to predict. How long am I going to go until I burn out on the music? Because that's one thing that when I look back on my life, that that's when I always quit exercising. I've quit in the weirdest times for weird reasons. Like once I tried to hike to the Everest Base Camp and I just got a half day in, then I turned around because I just wanted to lay in bed and read for 2 months. What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah. But now there's all this technology, the music. But in the past, there comes a time when I start thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Because I think I just had this idea installed in my head, like by my parents, like you're wasting your time if you're just exercising all the time. But if I'm writing, so I will get to that point if I'm listening to music. And so when that point comes, that's when you activate the audiobooks. And that's when it's going to get really interesting and really fun, man. Because now it's not a zero-sum game anymore. Something doesn't have to lose in order for the other one to gain. Like with my website and writing, one of them had to sacrifice. But if you're listening to an audiobook while you're riding your bike, that's a complementary game there. That's an exponential growth, explosion to the next level of development. It's like mixing two chemicals to freaking cause a whole new being, So, because the energy just thrives off each other. You need each one to do the other, but until you're hungry for it. And I'm gonna wait, just like with my website. I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna listen to music. So it could be up to 6 months where I'm doing nothing but listening to music and listening to weed, smoking weed. But once I do that, then I want to kick it in where I'm doing audio reviews of audiobooks to listen to, and then the biweekly history test, where every 2 weeks for an hour I spend 60 seconds. So that's 60 different segments of different history tests, like the AD, where it's 200 that you can choose from a random number generator from all the decades. There's 200 of them from 0 to 2000, and then BCs, and then the hundreds in the 21st century, and upload that into YouTube and get a movement started where everybody does that so that they can get paid for it. That you do your video and then you actually put a thing on the screen like, okay, that'll be $100 or whatever. from the oligarchs, and when they run out of money from the government. And so, yeah, so then we can become this big, each of us, because that's something that artificial intelligence can't do. It can't teach other people like people can. So for all teachers online, from what we learn, bam. So yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna ride my bike on my rollers. It's like 5:33. It's too like late, you know. So I'm gonna ride my bike, and I think I might just do nothing but riding my bike. Like maybe I'll do the race across America. Yeah, maybe I will do the race across America, like starting tomorrow, or starting freaking now. But on my rollers. Oh shit, what I was gonna say? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. And smoke lots of weed. I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, and do the vlog, and I can include how many miles I did on the top, and that'll be kind of like the litmus test. That'll be like the beta. It'll be like, okay, now that'll be like so and so likes and views and subscribers and like Patreons and stuff. I don't know when I'm gonna set that up. I'm gonna ride my bike for a little bit first. See, the thing is, when I ride my bike, it gives me a certain sense of accomplishment that makes me kind of be able to relax and give time out to other things. When I'm working on my website all the time, I neglect everything else in my life, you know, like my room and stuff, cleanliness and stuff, and maintenance, life maintenance. And when I'm riding my bike, you have to be life maintenance because you have to feed yourself right, and keep your clothes clean and everything. So you might as well do the other life maintenance things too. So that'll help me, you know, work on my website, do surface level stuff on my website, and yeah, maybe even do videos sober and stuff. Do book reviews sooner. Anyways, I've talked for a while. 17 minutes, jeepers. Okay, peace out.